got shot in the
Ouch. Toby Canham is with me now. Toby, God, I see the injury on your forehead. How are you feeling? Have there been any health effects?
Laura, I'm actually feeling absolutely fine, although, you know, you would think otherwise. I did pay a visit to a hospital yesterday, got a CT scan to basically, you know, my wife was very concerned, obviously, and it you know, traumatic sort of like blunt force on the head. It's best to get checked out for any bleeds and fractures, of course. But no bleeds, no fractures, no concussion. So I was quite lucky.
Thank God. I'm happy to hear that. Tell me what was going through your head at the time that that moment happened. What was that like when you realized that you'd been shot by this rubber bullet?
Well, funnily enough, it's not my first time actually, but
Really?
no, I got shot in the head up in Portland during all the rioting that was the, you know, the aftermath of the death of George Floyd. But there I was wearing a helmet. But what's going through your mind? Well, not a lot really. I mean, I'm just standing there working, and then all of a sudden, I mean, I was sort of semi-conscious of the fact that the guy was aiming at me or aiming in my direction, and that thing traveled so quickly. Next thing I knew, I was just flattened. You know, it struck me on the head, and I was down basically.
I mean, you were wearing your press pass, you were holding a camera, and there was still a firing in your direction. Do you feel that it was coincidental?
Well, it was, I mean, sorry to interrupt you there, but between me and where the police were, well, the actual California Highway Patrol were established on the freeway, was, you know, the distance was somewhere between, I don't know, about 75, 100 meters. Now, I was wearing a press pass. I was wearing two cameras, one on, you know, one with a short fat lens, and which could well have been obstructing the press pass. But a press pass is only a piece of card, like 3 inches by 2 inches. Another camera on my right shoulder, holding an iPhone. You know, pretty identifiable as a photographer, I would assume.
My goodness, I can't imagine what that moment was like for you. But you're actually based in LA, I understand, Toby. You've covered this unrest day in, day out. Can you describe what you were seeing, both from what the law enforcement's morale or mood is, and also what's happening with the protesters?
On this particular day, Sunday, it was a big crowd. I mean, and, you know, estimations I garnered, like, by asking people, you know, it was anywhere between like 2,000 up to, and some people were saying, oh, there must be about 5,000 people. And in total, during the whole course of the day, the number probably did get to that level. But initially, after the gathering at Town Hall, and then the march on the Federal Detention Center, you know, literally a couple of blocks away down the road, the melee, the sheer weight of numbers, and the response, the initial response from law enforcement, you know, there was no standoff. It was almost like straight into it with the tools at their disposal to hold people back. And there are obviously people in that crowd angry, lashing out at police, and objects being thrown and stuff like that. And that's pretty much how it continued for the rest of the day. And I'd actually just been at the scene of where the Waymo cars were on fire. I popped back around the corner, and there's a small road that Arcadia and Main, and Arcadia sits at an elevated position overlooking the 101 freeway. So these guys were down there, as you can see in the video, and I could see objects like raining in on mainly from the other side initially, and of course that sort of piqued my interest as, okay, let me see what I can get here.
Will you go back
Next
out?
thing you know, I see it go in on the left side, and 10 seconds after that, there it is, the dude shot me, and down I went.
Will you go back out to cover?
Yeah, of course. Yeah. No problem there, you know.
Spoken like a true journalist. Toby Canham, wear your helmet, please, my friend.
I will, Laura. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
偷偷告诉大家，我最近发现了新法宝 Royal Face 逆时奇迹系列，它有活肤露、全效精华，还有精华霜。尤其我皮肤比较偏干，所以我非常的注重保湿。保湿做得好，肌肤自然烹饪。提亮肤色更年轻，抚平皱纹超有感，而且气色变好。用心保养，每天都更美一点。美吧。